us recommit to reaching the cost divide.
You got to get out and vote. And Catholics, you got to vote for me.
Hamas leader killed.
For Israelis, this is the equivalent of their Osama bin Laden.
Execution blocked.
He knows this isn't over. He wants the truth to come to light.
Good morning, I'm Steve Kathan with the CBS World News Roundup. Sharp attacks from both presidential candidates as they try to win new supporters in the campaign's final weeks. Donald Trump and Kamala Harris go to Michigan today. CBS's Nancy Cordes tells us one-liners were part of the script last night.
You better remember I'm here, and she's not.
The Al Smith dinner is a decades-old Catholic fundraiser in New York, where politicians gently roast each other. But with Vice President Harris out campaigning in Wisconsin, her opponents' jokes were not that gentle.
But if you really wanted Vice President Harris to accept your invitation, I guess you should have told her the funds were going to bail out the looters and rioters in Minneapolis.
Harris did send in a video she pre-recorded with comedian Molly Shannon. Is there anything that you think that maybe I shouldn't bring up tonight? Well, don't lie. Thou shalt not bear false witness to thy neighbor. Indeed, especially thy neighbor's election results. And she did some roasting of her own in Green Bay, mocking Trump's new claim that he's the father of IVF. What does that even mean? Trump hit back at his former Joint Chiefs Chairman, Mark Milley. In his new book, author Bob Woodward says Milley called Trump dangerous and fascist.
Super generals like Milley, who's a stupid person.
In Germany, President Biden has commented on Israel's killing of the Hamas leader who plotted last October's attack in Israel.
The death of the leader of Hamas represents a moment of justice. He had the blood of Americans, Israelis, Palestinians, and Germans, and so many others on his hands.
CBS's Ramy Inocencio is in Tel Aviv.
In his last moments of life, the Israeli military says one of its drones found Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar wounded and bleeding. Only after the corpse was taken to Israel could Israel finally announce it was Sinwar.
Well, this is not the end of the war in Gaza. It's the beginning of it.
Many Israelis celebrated well into the night.
Are we closer to peace or further away?
I wish I knew. I want it to be closer to peace.
Now to Texas, where the scheduled execution of a man has been put off. It's the first U.S. death penalty case for a murder conviction based on a diagnosis of shaken baby syndrome.
The Texas Supreme Court granting an emergency stay to the execution of 56-year-old Robert Roberson after state lawmakers petitioned the court. They subpoenaed him to appear at a criminal justice hearing scheduled Monday in an attempt to block Thursday's execution. It worked. State Rep Joe Moody chairs the committee.
To me, it's shocking and deeply disturbing that in Texas in 2024, scientific evidence of innocence can be casually ignored.
Roberson's lawyers and medical advocates say his 2-year-old daughter died from double pneumonia and was not killed by shaken baby syndrome. Chris Fox for CBS News, Austin.
A Georgia grand jury has indicted a father and son in the mass shooting at Appalachia High School in Winder. Colt Gray is charged with 55 counts, including murder. The 14-year-old's father, Colin, faces 29 counts, including second-degree murder. We are hearing from Paul Whelan, the Marine veteran who was locked up in Russia for more than 5 years and freed 2 months ago. In his first broadcast interview, he tells Face the Nation's Margaret Brennan that prison time was physically and mentally hard.
From day one, I was being told that there would be a trade, a political solution to this situation. But as it dragged on, it did play with my mind. There was a psychological piece to this. Even though now, I seem like I'm doing okay. I see a picture of me from the prison, or I see a picture of me from court that's on TV. And that takes me back to being in that court or being in the prison.
4 minutes after the hour.
Well, that's today's news. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I'd like to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cam News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that hippie jazz. Bye-bye, everybody. It's 42 degrees in Healdsburg, California.